exactly do you mean by that? Men are being, gatekeepers of these political parties. What exactly do you mean by that?
So if you see in our current dispensation, or in fact just around Africa,
Mhm.
political parties are led by men. The chairperson of the political party, the leader, deputy. Within the political party structures, you see that they are heavily men. So, for example, in Sierra Leone, the two main political parties are, heavily men-led. The key positions, the decision-making positions. So, and this is where women's political participation is really key. If you have men at that table,
Right. Sorry.
and they are making those decisions as to who to give symbols to, who should run, who should stand for, positions even within their national structures.
Mhm.
It's very difficult for women to infiltrate. So they only give this position as women's wing leader. Okay, the
Mm.
women's wing, and I think there was a purpose. There's a purpose why women before us advocated for this position. But I think we have gone beyond
Way
just the
beyond that.
women's.
Way beyond
Yes, we've
that.
gone
Way
beyond the
beyond that.
wings. We
Yeah.
should be part of the body of the political parties. Okay, if we have a woman, if we have a male chairperson, we should have a female vice president. I mean,
I agree with
female,
you.
not vice president, but female deputy leader of the
Deputy
party,
leader. Yeah.
because this is what inclusion is all about. But we cannot have male chair, deputy chair, secretary general, PRO, all these big,
So,
the visible ones. So I think they remain the gatekeepers. They make the decisions, and unless you really, really, really you really don't you really want to be part of being a male in a woman's body, they don't allow you into that space. So that's why I said they remain the gatekeepers.
that's
One
where we
second, I don't
make
know whether you're
sense.
hearing the echo from the background.
No,
Can I just mute that? You're not? You're
no,
fine?
I can't hear it. Yeah, I
Okay.
can't hear
All
anything.
right.
It's
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
All right.
Nasu, well said. That's why some of us are looking up to a strong woman like yourself. Why don't you come out and be one of these women in the front for us? One of these women that are vying for vice president or president or something, because we can't be sitting in the background talking we want inclusion and none of us are ready to go out there and put ourselves out there. I personally think you'll be amazing in that role because, Nasu, going back over the years, I can see how many women you've uplifted. I can see how many women you've helped find their seats at these different tables. Personally, if they haven't thanked you, I am here to say thank you very much, Nasu. I see how many women you've helped. I've seen people we know from nowhere that you've brought to the spotlight and made them shine. And on their behalf, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. So for someone like you, Nasu, I no, seriously, seriously. Some of us sit on the sidelines, we see, we observe, and I think it's time you get the praise. I think it's time you get what you've earned, what you've worked for. You've really been a strong pillar to women in this society, and I personally would like to see you as one of the women leaders up front.
I feel ambushed now. I feel um you see, it's interesting. I mean, first and foremost, Emerica, thank you very much for your very heartfelt, kind words, because people can say things, but they are not coming from the right place. And, sitting there, you were saying things, and I'm just like, okay, we were just supposed to be talking about what is this about. But I think it's
No,
one
it's
of
very
those things
important
where,
in this space. You've uplifted
yes,
so
yeah,
many women,
yeah,
and we
yeah,
have to say
yeah.
thank you for that.
Yeah. And I am the one that is used to putting people on the spot. So I'm not used to be put on the spot, and which is
So
what
I'm
you've done
putting you
today.
on the spotlight.
So my sister, You're right. You're right, and I think yes, we work, and sometimes we promote women, and they get into these spaces, and some of them let us down. Some of them perform very very well, but we can all not be in that space. You know, you are a businesswoman. This is
Mhm.
where your powers are. This is where your strength is. When I decided to re-enter into business, you know, I listened to women like you, what you do, and you know I can always come to people like Emerica. I can always come to Aminata. You know, there are all of these
Yeah,
women. You understand?
yeah,
You have
yeah, it's true.
more business experience than I do.
Yeah.
So I think identifying, you know, people, women with comparative advantages in the area that we're all operating is key, because we cannot all be in politics. But
Yeah.
okay, if Nasu is somebody who we believe can represent us politically, then yes, we should put her on the spot. You're not the only one that has done that to me. I would say, in fact, this week, okay, young people have had quite a number of inquiries, and it is really interesting. You know, I was a member of the Unity Party. I was the deputy
Yes. Yeah.
leader, and
Yeah.
then I came out of that in 2021. So after that experience, I've really, like you've rightly said, I've not been too much about politics. And the reason being that within our political dispensation, if you don't have money or if you don't have backers, you are still going to end up with the gatekeepers who are men. And the stories that I have heard of women who, you know, I have worked with and supported in the political space, I see that these women have gone through quite a lot because some of them don't have money. Okay, women, we do not have money. So maybe
Find
for symbol,
godfathers.
somebody who wants,
So we
yeah,
can find the
God. Well,
godfathers to
listen,
support. I have
you can
godmothers.
have
I have
godfathers.
godmothers. I
You
have godmothers.
And we should have godmothers and fathers who really just want to
Mhm.
see us excel,
Yes.
not
Yeah.
God parents, you know, or God friends, because you can also have your guardian angels in your friends, in your
Yes.
sisters, you know,
Yes.
like,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know, if you believe in me and you know that's okay. I mean, I know somebody like Emerica will fundraise for me. I
Yes.
know somebody like Aminata will,
Yes.
I mean, you will sort of
Founders.
like put a whole
Mhm.
team together to do that.
For
I
yes.
am happy and feel blessed that I have women like you, you know, if I need that. So I get you, and I am not going to say no, because I during it's interesting you bring in this. I have not made up my mind what I will do, but one thing I will definitely do or say to you is I have given it very strong consideration, that I need to get back into the political space. Two young ladies came to me earlier in the week.
Mhm.
Okay. And they came to ask me the exact same question you've asked me. If you were in Freetown, I would have said, Emerica, now you send them
No.
people and they for camp, you understand.
No.
But they came here and they asked me the same question. So I'm hearing a lot of this question. I'm hearing this and I have to listen. Okay. This is not about me. This is about women saying, yes, we know you
We.
might not be that we want you to come forward. So I will not give you a definite answer, but I want to assure you right now on your podcast that
Uh-huh.
yes, you will see me within this space,
Okay.
and that give me just a little bit of time. Let me get my thoughts together, because you know this can be overwhelming. You know, it is different from when you know, like before, when I'm saying, oh, I'm going to stand for president, I'm going to do the, you understand, when you're doing the advocacy, that is
Yes.
advocacy. Okay,
Yes.
it's a whole different ball game, where now, like, you don't make this mot and women are like, well, now we are saying you need to come
Well,
forward.
Nasu, we do
So
need women. We do need women in that space, and
yeah,
I think you would be an awesome representative for women in that
thank you,
space. I
thank
think
you.
anyone running for president would be blessed to have you as their running mates, I think you would be awesome for that. Not that you can't go for presidency, but I think where we are now, realistically in our country, I think you'll be awesome for someone's running mate. And if they're listening, I hope they can listen to that and take that into consideration. Just
No,
before we
I think
wrap up,
you.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
I
So,
think you are right because I think we also, as women, need to be strategic. I
yeah.
always feel like we should actually go for the top. Okay, I think it's also valid if, women, even including myself, if I choose to do this and say, okay, I'm going to go for presidency, because we have to understand that, we have the capacity, we have the capability, we've done our homework. I mean, had I not done my homework, you would not. I know you. You're a straight shooter. You don't
Yeah.
come around and tell people I
No.
feel this way about you when you don't feel that way about them.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
there are women who say things and you're just like, well, this is what it is. Just like the young people who have shown up in my space. Some of them are going to come back on Monday. So somehow it seems to be like a conversation,
And
and
yeah.
yes. So yes, to be very honest, indeed, there are lots of considerations to be made.
Yeah.
And yes, I know I have a lot to offer my country. So I am going to give it the most serious consideration at whichever level, whether it's president, whether it's vice president, whether it's, whichever
Speaker of
level,
the
all
House,
I will say.
hey. You can Speaker of the House. We haven't had a female speaker. We've never had a female Speaker of the House. We've never had the
And we've had
female. Yeah.
we've had really great
Yes.
female
Yeah.
parliamentarians. I mean, we
Mhm.
have, Dr. Bernadette Lai. I mean, at the
Yeah.
moment, we also do have Honorable Kadisi, who was the
Yeah.
president of the female
We've
political.
never had a female. Yeah.
So we need to push for these positions. But like you said, we require women to be in those spaces so they don't, men do not become the gatekeepers. And I actually feel confident that both political parties will be looking for a female running mate during the next election. I think that the atmosphere is ready. We have the GWE Act. And
Yeah.
I feel like we have to give kudos to. I mean, we know that this process started. When of course I was in State House. Putting the gender equality and women's empowerment at the heart of national policy. But we're
Mhm.
also, so that started and it moved. And it is always nice that our governments can actually do what we call continuity. So on
Yes.
this the president and his
The current
government, the current
president
president,
has
yes,
supported that.
President
Yes.
Bill has
President Bill.
done that, and I think we have to give him kudos for that to now really open the space very widely. So in fact, we have to start with his party. That we have to ask him again that you have now signed this, bill, this act into law. You have to, in
So
fact, lead the way, making sure we should have a female.
that's what he did. He did have President Bio did have a female vice presidential candidate.
I went,
Unfortunately,
yes,
she
Dr.
got sick.
Kadisi said.
Yes. So
No,
he
Dr. Kadisi said. I
yes.
was there. No, but he can
So he
actually,
has set the bar
no, he has set the bar as vice.
as
What we want is that his party should put up a female presidential candidate.
let's find the best candidates. For me, really, for Sierra Leone, let's find the best candidates. But
Absolutely.
a woman should be one of those two, either
Yes,
president or
absolutely.
vice president. Like I
Yes,
always
yes,
say, the best
yeah,
person for Sierra Leone is who we all want. But what a man
absolutely.
can do, a woman can do even better. We know,
Yes, but we need to be
we
able to
know
work
that.
across political
Yes.
lines. We need to be able to, our country feels very divided, very
Mm-hmm.
stale, very tough. So I think for me, 2028, and the reason why I am listening very, very carefully to the calls that including you, are making, is because, like you said, I've done quite a lot of work right across the political spectrum, right across the country. And we are here as servants of our people. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's not you going to say, oh, I want to lead you. If people are saying, we believe you have the capacity, we trust you, it's a
Mm-hmm.
call to duty. And,
Yes.
we need to call out more women. I think we all
Yes.
need to call out more. I would have called you out as well, but I know where your strengths are. And I think we
Yes.
will call you out then to say, you are calling us out. Please use your black book to bring us the funding that we need for this fight that you are pushing
We
as well.
pray, we pray for God's guidance, and
I mean,
hopefully, as
yes,
we're leading to
yeah,
elections, and we can hear all
yes,
the talk, and we see people
yes,
coming out, we pray
yes.
for Sierra Leone that we get the right people to
Amen.
rule us. Nasu,
Amen.
what message do you have for the younger women out there? What message do you have for women out there? Because a lot of women at times feel they're not capable, or they can't do this, or there are roadblocks. How can we help them? Because that's the motive of all of this, is to inspire other women, young and old, and let them know whatever they set their minds to they can do. What advice do you have for them before we wrap up?
This morning when I woke up, I have been feeling to myself, how else do we channel the messaging?
Mhm.
Because yes, you have the social media, but it has its limitations. Um, Emerica, you and I, we're the same age, you know what we have done to be where we
Mhm.
are, okay? And to remain relevant,
Very relevant.
you
Yes,
know, um, uh,
that's important.
bringing up family, putting us through school, doing business, and we remain absolutely dead gorgeous in
Yes,
our
yes,
50s,
yes. That's
right?
right.
And one thing that young people, young women have asked me, I'm sure you get this, what are you doing to remain strong? I mean, you have had all sorts of things thrown at you. You
I
understand?
remember this. Yeah.
Including death. You
Yes,
understand?
yes, yes,
And you've
yeah.
pulled through that.
It's so
I
true.
feel like we need to continue to share our stories,
Yeah,
our authentic stories.
yeah. That's
And that
why we're doing
includes
this.
the
Yeah.
very difficult stories, like the platform you have created,
Mhm.
okay, on platforms like this. We
Yeah.
also need to I want young women in particular to know that you have to remain true to yourself,
Mhm.
because I believe that is exactly what we have done. We have not tried to be someone else. We have not copied people. And that
Mhm.
is the only
Mhm.
reason why you will sit here, you're doing what you're doing, and you're
Mhm.
saying, you, my sister, I'm going to
Mhm.
call you out to
Mhm.
be my leader and a leader for women and a
Mhm.
leader in my country. I think
Mhm.
that is why, because we are not jealous of each other.
No.
We have not tried to make this a race. We have
Mhm.
tried to really work in our respective ways for the collective good.
So work
So,
together. Yes.
yes, as young people, I want young women in particular to remain focused. Identify your goal. Your goal must be part of your passion. Your goal
That's right.
cannot be
That's
somebody
right.
else's
That's
passion,
right. That is true.
because you have to wake up at odd hours to achieve this. And so, if you want to do it very fast, then you will fail. Okay. And even what we call failure, the challenge, is supposed to be a learning experience and a growth pole for you.
Yeah.
So you look at it, I look at that as a challenge to me to be better, to be a better
Mhm.
woman.
Mhm.
So that is what they need to do. And also, when we were growing up, you know, the divisiveness that we have between men and women now, we, we were good with the boys. We challenged them. We saw them as equals.
As
You
it
understand?
was. Yes.
We
Yes.
we
Yes.
we we we, we will let them understand that you have to work hard to deserve me.
Mhm. Mhm.
You have to treat me right. You
Yeah.
cannot treat me anyhow. You understand? So we
Yeah.
never placed anything on the platter for our men. And we continue to do that in our age, that, we remain sexy, beautiful. We
Yeah.
always let them run to
Mm.
us. But that is also how we carry ourselves. So the way you carry yourself, you have to
It
have
matters
your
a
own
lot.
goal.
Yes. It
And
matters.
that goal has to be motivational to your partner. They need to see strengthening. And most of the time, our young people don't feel like men get strength from us. Oh, they do all
They
the
do.
time,
They do. They
Emerica.
do. They
They do
do.
all the
They
time.
do.
We strengthen
They
each other.
do.
Not a man no more
Yeah.
they do for woman. We do a
No,
lot
it's
for
both
our
ways.
men,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
together. So I think being true to yourself, being focused on what you want to achieve. I
Mhm.
went to university again. You went to university. We went to university as adults after
Yes,
having our
exactly.
children. You
That's
understand?
right.
So
Western
there is no time
adults. Yeah.
limit on
Yes,
education. You
yes,
can pick
yes,
yourself up at
yes.
any
At
time.
any
I went
time.
to I went
Yes,
to university
yes,
after divorce. I went as a
yes.
single parent. All of these things. So I think it's doable. It's just how we continue to promote confidence. And
Yeah,
I think by sharing our stories, by being
that's
authentic,
it.
by really letting them know. There are things that young people have said to me recently, Madam Naasu, which cream you they use? What have you done? Have you done what is that thing, the name of the thing that they do, the Botox? What is it? That your
Um,
hips?
BBL.
Yeah. I wish I had money. I mean, if maybe I was as tiny, I said, no, this one is just a one Jama asset. It's just expanding. And I don't see where it's going, but it looks like it's
Not.
offending, positively offending people. I said, but your body you should be proud of in whichever format. Okay.
Mhm.
Never do alteration because you want to please somebody. If you feel within yourself that this is
Yeah.
what you really feel like you want it, go ahead and do it because you can
Mhm.
defend it. If you do it for a man or you do it because of social
Yeah,
media, you're going to
and
regret
that's
it.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but remain true. And
Really true
women
to
who are in very tight spaces, know that we are around. Emerica is calling me today to have this
Mhm.
because I can call on her. She believes she can call on me. And you
Yes,
don't have to know us. We have
yeah,
to strengthen that support
yeah,
system. And I
yeah.
think that mentorship is really what we need to come together
That's
as
the way.
women and
Mhm.
put together and train women because some of the things
Yeah,
that we have managed to do requires a lot of
a lot of training.
training.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
And
that's
you have to be, please, you have to be content.
yes. You have
You
to be
have to be
content so you don't get
content
astray. Yes, yes,
and
yes, yes,
ask for help
yes,
wherever you
yes.
are,
Thanks
mentally,
for help.
financially, socially, politically. Please ask a sister, an auntie. Ask
Mm,
us first. You can
yeah,
always
for
ask your
help.
godfathers, but try your
Mm.
godmothers first and your sisters.
Yes. Natsu, thank you so much. Again, I
You're
want to thank
welcome.
you for all you've done over the years in the space for
Thank you.
women, to help women grow, to help women achieve their goals, for bringing a lot of women to the spotlight, for them to
Thank
shine
you.
while you take
Thank
the
you.
back seat. We've been in the back, we see what's going on, and I want to
Thank
say
you.
thank you on behalf of all these women. Thank you for
Thank you.
taking the time for doing this today. I know it hasn't
Thank
been
you.
easy. We've had challenges, but thank you
Yes.
so much. And
Thank
I
you.
wanted to make sure if I'm talking to strong women, you are one of those women because you've basically put your life out to help support other women grow. So
Thank
thank you,
you.
Nasu, and God
Thank you.
bless.
Thank you, Emerica. I remain humbled and good luck. This is really great. Thank you for doing this.
Thanks.
Thank
Let
you.
me-